Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us in this new webinar. Can you guys hear me well? Just leave down in the comments just to see if you guys can hear us properly. But we're very happy that you guys joined. And we started this new session here of Thursday Hangouts to help you guys out, take some questions about the website builder, how to build websites in general, some tips and tricks here and there. And it's an open forum for you guys to ask questions. So we are going to do that as a trial phase. We're testing this out to see if that adds any value to you and if it's important for us to keep going. So we'll do bi-weekly sessions during the month of November to test this out. If you guys enjoy it, we may continue doing that, picking it up from next year. All right. So I haven't seen any messages coming through here in the chat yet. So I hope you guys can hear us properly. If you do, please leave a comment there just so we monitor how things are going. I know there is a certain delay here. But for today's video, Daniela is going to create a website here as an example. Yep. All right, thank you for the comments here. We can see we have Joel commenting here on the audio. Thank you very much. So Daniela is going to create a website as an example. What are you going to create here today, Daniela?
So today we're going to create an accounting firm website. Thiago was an accountant himself, so you can give us a few tips on also the services and so on. Yeah, so we're going to take you through the AI onboarding tool. You may be already familiar with it, but it's just to show all the features. And then we'll show you a little bit more how to customize it and things that maybe you have missed or you could make use of.
Yeah, perfect. So let's get started. If you guys have any questions, just leave it in the comments. We cannot guarantee that we'll know how to answer all the questions, but we'll do the ones we can. If we cannot answer your question, we'll take it to our customer support team and then get back to you on the comments of this webinar after it's finished. All right?
Yeah.
So let's get started.
Yes.
And Daniela, please, the floor is yours.
Absolutely. And also, wherever you're watching from, let us know in the comments. We're super curious. And also, if you have a website or a business, what is it about? And we're really curious to get to know a little bit more.
Absolutely.
Yeah? Cool. So yeah, here we have the AI onboarding tool, the very start of it. So we can just get started. And the first thing the AI onboarding tool asks you is the category. So here we wanted to build an accounting firm. So all you got to do is write down accounting firm, and there you have it. You can see over here the category. There are plenty of categories to choose from. So you can just browse in there and see. So here we have it. Then you got to accept the terms and conditions with OpenAI. Then we continue. And here you got to give it a name to your business. Maybe we could go with Treasure Financial. Is that a good accounting firm name?
I think that sounds very reliable, so we can go with that.
There you go. Then we go with that one. Here you have to tell a little bit more about your business and what you do. It recommends to list up to three things. You can also skip it and write it later on. That's what we'll do here. Then here you can add your contact information, that is email, phone number, and address.
And just remember, you can always add this information later on in the process. Of course, you can already put it in, and it will put in your website in the first draft, but you can always come back to those settings and add it afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what we will do. And then lastly, you have to choose the language of your website, and we'll go with English. Then AI does its magic and creates a website for you in literally seconds. And here we have it, a template for our accounting firm, which I think looks quite professional already.
Absolutely.
Yeah, really nice layout and so on. And already you can see here, right at the beginning, you can choose also the colors. And these are pre-made color palettes you can choose from, which is really nice because those colors go well together. So you can see here you could change the color. And we have many options. We've got minimalist, for example. We've got rustic, modern, soft. Or if you do have a color palette with your brand, you can also go for custom. So here you can insert the color codes of your own colors. And it's very easy. You can see this little pencil here. And there you go. It opens it up. And then you could potentially go in and add the color code. So it's very straightforward.
I'm very curious to know which one Treasure Financial is going to pick.
That's a good question. I don't know. What do you think about this one?
I don't know. Which one would you recommend? Let's see.
Let's see. I think this looks okay. Maybe I like it blue like this.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna save
nice.
it. Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, I think both look nice. The other one seemed reminding more of golden things, so I think it could fit in pretty well as well. But I'm happy with the blues. So.
Okay, cool. Well, we could save, but again, if we're not happy with this color, you can always change it again. So we could even potentially go with the first one you gave us. Maybe I like this more actually, because I like more the background. But let's just pick one. Let's not be picky.
Absolutely. but I think it's important to show where they can access this after you move on. So when you fall into the website builder, you can just show where they can go back and change
exactly.
it.
So let's say we pick this one and we go for apply. But let's say then we change our minds. Oh, maybe I didn't like these colors. So we have to go ahead and rechange it. Well, it's very straightforward and intuitive. And also we're going to take you through the website builder, but it also provides you with a guide here. So you could potentially click show me around and it would also give you tips and tricks.
Yeah.
But we'll show you this time in this webinar. So let's say you want to rechange the colors because you're not happy with them. At the bottom here, there is edit color theme. So there is a little palette. And again, it opens up the colors, as you can see here. And you could change it to what you want. Also put your own color theme. So it's really, really intuitive. So I'll go with this for now. Done. And there you go. So that's how we change colors. And yeah, so I would say one of the first things that is very important when customizing your website is to insert your own logo, if you have one. So that's pretty easy to do. So let's say you want to change the logo here with your own. All you got to do is click on the logo, and then you've got two options, settings and set logo. And that's exactly what you do. You go on set logo, and to upload your own logo, all you have to do is go over here on upload, and then from computer, and it opens up your documents, and then you just select your logo. And I already inserted it once, so it's already here. Then you add it to page. Now, it's very small.
Yeah.
So don't worry, it's super easy to make it bigger.
So how do you do it?
You just have to drag it. You can also move this. You just drag the logo and make it as big as you want. And also, right now it's not looking super aligned, but all you have to do is to bring this down a little bit. And you can see it's very simple. Drag and drop, right?
Super easy.
Quite intuitive. What do you think of the logo?
I think it looks pretty nice, honestly. And it matched with the colors you picked for the theme. So
yeah, matched quite well.
Great job.
So that's nice. Cool. Right. So the next thing I would say it's nice to try out is the writing assistant. I don't know if you guys have already tried it. Let us know in the comments if you did. So it's such a nice feature because it saves you a lot of time and energy. So to give you a practical example, we have this title here on the hero banner. Let's say we feel like it's too long. We want to make it shorter. All we have to do is click on it, as we already did. And here, right here, we have this little robot with help me write. If we click on it, we get two options, either write new or modify text. Now, in this case, we want to make it shorter, so we would choose the option modify text. Once we click on that, again, we need to agree with the terms and conditions. And then we've got three options, rewrite, make shorter, or make longer. So we go with make shorter.
You could also write something down in the text box, and it will give you a different variation than those three pre-made options there as well.
Exactly. So you can give it a bit of your touch as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So in this case, it made it shorter. Again, you can change it a few times if you don't like it and give it a few tries. But I think it's quite a nice, quick way to rephrase it or, make it shorter. Then if you're happy with it, you have two options to either copy text or to use the text. So use text basically just puts it in there for you. And you can see it's very, very quick. Yeah, so...
I like it. It's short and catchy. That's usually what you want for it, right?
Exactly. Exactly. And yeah, so that's a very nice feature. So I recommend to give it a try and use it because it will come in really handy. Cool. Then I think one other next thing that would be nice to look at is the button right here that we have. So I just want to show you how to customize it. So for example, let's say you want to change the style of it. You can go on Edit button once you click on the button. So first of all, you can change what the call to action is on the button. So in this case, we can maybe write contact us, for example. And then right here where you see primary, you could click on here and see the 3 different styles. So we've got alternate, secondary, or primary. I quite like alternate. I feel like the white makes it pop. So I would go for that one.
I agree.
Do you like it, Thiago?
I like it. But I think it's important to mention as well, Daniela started editing this button because it was already in the pre-made template that AI generated for her. But maybe just show them how they can add a button from scratch if it was not yet there.
Definitely, I can definitely do that. So let's say this was not here, like Thiago said. We can go over to our menu right here. It's very, very intuitive. And as you can see, it says button right here. So you click there and there you have them, 3 buttons. So we can add one. So let's add, for example, secondary. We can drag it where we want it to be. And then again, we can change the title of it, contact us. And you can also adjust, again, the styles. I do like alternate, so I'll go for that one. And you can also make it a bit bigger, smaller. It's up to you. One other important thing I would say when it comes to buttons is to make sure they are linked to the right section. So
Absolutely.
When people click on it, they're directed to the right place.
Exactly.
How do you do that? I'm going to show you.
Yeah, that's an important step.
It's an important step. So again, you go on Edit button, and up here on the right, you get this little menu, and you would click on Link. And then you would click on Add Link. Here you have a few options. You can either add, for example, an external link, so that would direct them to an external page or something. Or you can also go on Section Link and direct them to another section of the website. So in this case, I would choose Contact. So when they click on the button, they get redirected to the section called Contact. So let me show you here, just to give you, we can go on Preview. Let's see here. And if I click here now, I get directed to the contact form, which we will look at in a bit. So it's really important to make sure the links are correct, right?
Absolutely. And talking about that, usually in buttons and stuff like that, we call it a call to action or a CTA. And it's very important what you write in there. So you have to be clear on the CTA so people know and expect exactly what they're going to encounter after clicking the button, right, Daniela?
Absolutely. That's really, really important from a marketing perspective as well. Yes. So that was, if you have any questions so far, please let us know. But now I thought maybe we could show you how to, for example, remove a section if you don't like it. So we have multiple sections here. Let's say I don't like this one and I want to remove it. As you can see, it's pretty easy. Here on the right, there is a little trash can. So you just click on that. It says delete, and it deletes it. That's how simple it is. So now we've seen how to delete a section. But what if we want to add a different section, right? So we've got a little plus here. So it's super intuitive again. You just click there. And then you directly get a pop-up with all different templates we have for sections as well. And you can see they're divided into categories. So for example, we have about sections. So this would be more if you're talking about your company, your business, what you do. We also, so I have product sections. So that's really good. So I would like to add a services section, because I feel like if someone ends up on my website, I want them to immediately understand, what do I offer? So I can just literally drag and drop, and there it is. That was easy, wasn't it?
That was super easy. But how do you customize it now? How
do I customize it? Again, very intuitive, very simple. And here our writing assistant comes back into the picture because it's super handy, honestly. So you can, of course, write things yourself, and that's always nice to add a personal touch. But again, to save time, personal.
Yeah, because you can always ask it to generate it for you, and then you just go in and tweak the words to your words and make it a bit more personal. But it definitely helps you to speed up your workflow and create the website faster.
For sure. So let's say here now I want to add a service I offer. Now, Thiago, as an accountant, what service would I offer?
You could offer bookkeeping as an example.
Bookkeeping, okay. So, well, what I would do is click on the section I want to edit. Then again, we get our little robot here, help me write. Now, in this case, I do not want to modify text, but I want to write something new, right? So I go on write new. And here I would check the general preferences. So what's your website about? Accounting firm. What is your website title? Well, in this case, it's Treasure Financial, I think we called it, right?
Yes, Treasure Financial.
Nice. Then I would move on to what is the topic of this text I'm trying to generate. In this case, it would be services. I want one paragraph. And then what should be mentioned? And here I can say, I offer bookkeeping services. I think I spelled it correctly. We will see.
Yeah, we'll see.
And then you go ahead and create the text. And you can see it created in a matter of seconds a small text. And a Treasure Financial. We specialize in providing top-notch accounting services. And then it mentions also we offer reliable bookkeeping services. So it did incorporate what we wanted.
Yeah, and keep in mind that if you don't like what it wrote down, you can also click the try again button. It will generate another version for you. So you can do that multiple times and see which one fits best for you. And then you can still tweak and change the words afterwards, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. So let's say I go with the first one. So again, I click on use text. And here we have it. Now, maybe I feel like it's a bit too long, right?
Yeah.
Because it really doesn't match with the other ones that we could edit as well. So again, I go back to my writing assistant and I can ask, modify text, make shorter like we did before. And it makes it much shorter. So that's also a really, really handy tool. So I can go ahead and use the text. And then right now you can see it's not centered like the other ones. So if you want to make it centered, it's very simple. You go on edit text. And then here you have the different alignments and you can pick centered. Now, Thiago, you probably can see the title is missing.
I agree.
So maybe it would be nice to add it. Now, to add it is also very intuitive. You could potentially copy this box right here, then paste it, then you move it right here, then you delete this paragraph, and you would have the title. And you can put it in line and adjust, drag and drop. As I said, it's very, very easy. And here we can just say bookkeeping. Is that how you spell it?
I believe so.
Okay.
It's not my mother tongue, but I believe so.
Okay. We believe so. So we'll go for it. Okay. And then let's say we want to add a button. So people maybe can, if they're interested in this specific service, they can contact us about it. Then again, we would go to the button section and we can add, for example, alternate. Again, you can drag it and drop it. It's super simple. And then we can say again, contact us. And of course, you can choose the style of whatever you prefer. Then make sure also that the button is linked again to the section you want it to be linked. In this case, again, is contact because we want them to contact us. Yeah, so that was quite easy.
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah, and it's been just a few minutes and we've already, I would say, edited a majority of our website. So that's how intuitive and easy it is.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I would say from a marketing perspective, when someone lands on your website or your landing page, it's nice to build trust immediately so they know you're a reliable business and service. And by the way, we have some videos about this also on our YouTube channel. If you want some tips and so on, you can just head over and watch. There's a lot of resources there. But in this case, so I feel like to build social proof, I want the customer testimonials to pop up quite early in the website.
Yeah, I think that's very important to bring in trust, especially. But just to mention, we have all the resources Daniela mentioned on YouTube. But if you go to One.com, we also have, if you go to the footer, you will see an Academy session. And there we have it, a lot of articles as well that is really nice and very detailed if you need some help and guidance.
Exactly. Yeah. So, okay. So let's say we want to move our customer reviews to the top, because right now, if you see here, they're quite below. Again, it's very, very intuitive and easy. So you click on the section that has the customer testimonials. And on the left here, you can see this arrow that it says move up. So you just click on it until it goes where you want it to go. And in this case, it would be here. So there you go. So we have our hero banner, our services, and customer reviews. I think this is coming together quite well.
Absolutely.
But I would say it's not, for me at least, for my taste, it's not looking great how the colors are not alternating anymore.
Yeah, I agree. It definitely looks all the same. So how do you do to make it differentiate a little bit?
Yes. So guess what? It's quite easy. So all you have to do, you have to go on edit section. And here we have color and fill color. So that will be the color of the section. And then you select the color you want it to be. So again, it's very, very simple, very, very intuitive. But then there's some sections that are a bit different. I'm going to show you here. So here we have a section and we want to make it white, right? To keep this alternating pattern. So we have the section here and we can go ahead and change the color to white. But as you can see, this part didn't change color. That is because this is a box on the section. So we need to change the color of the box. So we go on edit box, color, and then we pick white. And then it blends in together. So that's because this element wasn't the section itself.
Perfect.
Yeah, and then you can go ahead and do it.
For all the sections.
Exactly. So
But
I think,
just so you guys see how easy it is to change things around and make the website a bit more customized than just using the template that it was generated for you.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, so this was how you change colors of sections. I think another interesting point to look at is how to change pictures, right? Because you might want to customize it with your own pictures or with better pictures that you prefer. So let's say here in our story, in the Our Story section.
Absolutely. And we do recommend you use your own photos because if you do that, it will give more character to the website and people will trust it a little bit more than seeing just stock footage. We have a lot of high quality stock footage, but if you can use your own photos to make it a bit more personalized website, that's recommended.
Absolutely. I think that's a really good point. Yeah, but let's see. So let's say we want to change this picture right here. Well, this picture, again, because it's a specific section, it's not a picture by itself, but it's part of the background section. So we go on edit section for this specific picture. Then we go on background. And in the image, you can see this is where the image is. So we need to click on this. And then we access the stock footage area, or if you want to upload, you can go over here on the top right corner to upload, and then again you would click from my computer and access your files. But let's say we go for stock footage in this webinar. So if you go to freefrom1.com, you have a lot of images you can choose from. So maybe for our story section, I want something like an office type of vibe. And then I just go ahead and pick one. As you can see, it's free for you to use. Then add to page. And then it will insert it on the right side. There you go. So this is very simple. In this case, we changed it on the section, edit section part because it was part of the background. But let's say you want to change a normal picture. It's even easier. You just click on it and replace image. That's how easy it is. So yeah, so that was also very straightforward. Yeah, what do you think about this picture?
I think it looks nice. It shows a very trustworthy ambient and workspace, so it looks good.
Yes, so yeah, that's
And
nice.
just curious about you watching this webinar. How are you feeling about the webinar? Any comments, any feedback? Just leave it in the comments. And I'm also curious to know if you already have a website, if you're already familiar with the website builder, and how is this information helpful for you? So please leave it in the comments if you have already a website or not. And that's very helpful for us to understand your needs and what you're going through.
Definitely. It'd be nice to hear. Yeah, just sort of one feature that I forgot about, but I would love to show you guys. So here on the hero banner, we can do something that I think is quite cool. I think it's quite stylish. So we can go in the edit section and we have the scroll effects, which I think is a really nice feature. So we have two effects you can choose from. One is reveal and one is parallax. I hope I said it correctly.
Yeah, I think you did.
Great. So we start with reveal, for example. So here in reveal, we go over to preview so I can show you. And this is what happens. So if you see the image in the background is staying still while everything else goes up. So I think that's quite a cool effect. It's not too much of an animation because animations sometimes, if they're too many, can distract the visitors. So I feel like this is subtle and I quite like it.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, that's something special to it, right?
Exactly. But let's try the other one just so you can see. So I can go again to edit section and it's scroll effects right here. And we choose parallax. Let's see. And then we go on preview. And you can see it's a bit of a motion upwards, right? So again, I'm a sucker for these things. I love it. So which one do you prefer? Do you prefer the first one or this one?
I think I prefer the first one.
You do?
Yeah.
It is quite cool.
What about you?
I don't know, I'm split. I like them both, but maybe the first one, it's something cool about it that it stays there. Yeah. What about you guys? Which one do you prefer? Let us know. And let us know also if you've used them and if you like to use these kind of effects or if you're more for static things. That'd be interesting to know. Yes. So we've, again, done quite a lot in 28 minutes, I would say. But now I would like to also show you how to, for example, edit the contact form.
Absolutely.
So first of all, let's say it wasn't here, just so you can see also how to add it yourself. So it's contact, right? And we have contact form right here. Then you have to choose an email address and so on. Well, we can also just keep the one we had before, right? But that's how you would add it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so well, to edit it, it's very simple. You go over to edit box. And here you can do a few things. So you can change the color, again, fill color. So you could have the same color as the background and then it looks like it's blending in. I say it's quite cool. Also, you can go ahead and change the fields of the contact form. So we have, for example, right now we have name, email, subject, and message. Let's say, for example, you want to add a phone number because you want to get phone numbers from the people who are contacting you. Then you can have it right here. Yeah, so that's also quite simple to do. So you can click on done, then you save it, and it adds it right there. Phone number.
Really cool. We have a comment here from Joel. So he's saying parallax is cool. Can you add a video to the website, perhaps from YouTube?
Yes, absolutely, we can, Joel. So moving on from the contact form, let's look at videos then.
Yeah.
So let's go maybe here. We can, for example, add a section, right? And then we go ahead and add the blank section for this example. So if we want to add a video, we go over to video. It's very intuitive.
It's very intuitive.
And we click on YouTube. And here you can either paste a link to your own YouTube or else you can as well search for videos. So here maybe we can write One.com and see what kind of videos we have. Oh, we have our webinar. Great. We also have an older, or this, how to choose the right hosting for WordPress. So we have a few videos, so I recommend you guys go and check out our channel. Here, for example, we have this one that we did. This video was about creating a website with AI, right?
Yeah, with ChatGPT, right?
Yeah, so that's quite a cool feature as well. So I recommend you watch this video. So that's as simple as it is to add the video. We just went over to video, added from YouTube, looked for a video, or if you have a specific link, you just look for the link, paste it in, and there you have it. It's very simple. And let's say now it's looking a bit sad. This section is just a video. So maybe we could also add a text. So here you can see you have different options. So you have heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, paragraph. So maybe here we could have heading 2, and we could say something just to show you why choose us, or could be anything else. And then you can also add a paragraph. And you could also, again, go to the website builder, ask write new, and then maybe why choose us. That was great. Then maybe let's try without giving any prompt. Let's see what it can do. There you go. It created something. And again, you can change, you cannot use it, you can recreate it. It's totally up to you. So just for now, we'll use this so we can have a bit more structure in this section. And there you go. So that's how simple it is, isn't it?
Absolutely. I think if you go back a little bit, when you click to add text in there, and you were going to add like a heading, for example, you see that there are different types of headings available. And that is very relevant for SEO, which stands for search engine optimization. So basically how Google or any other search engine is going to read your website. So it's nice that you use heading 1, 2, and 3 in a good way that is organized in your website. So you have the main subject in head 1, and then you start using heading 2 and 3 for subsections or like subheadings. And then when Google reads that, he knows exactly what your page is about and all the content within that page and the organization within it. So it's very important you use those tools in your advantage.
Definitely. Yeah. And again, we have plenty of videos and Academy articles helping you with these things as well. So just have a look, browse through resources, and it's really, really important, as you said. Yeah. So that was quite cool. So that's how you add videos. Now, what do you think about videos? Do you think it's something important to have on a website? What's your take on it? Or would you rather not have videos? Let us know. Cool. I think another cool feature we have here, Thiago, is the map, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think this is really relevant for physical businesses and shops. Maybe if you're digital, it's not so relevant. But we have the feature of map, which, by the way, you go over to widgets right here, and then we have plenty of widgets you can choose from. But here is where you find Google Maps. And customizing it, it's very, very simple. You go on change map, for example, and here you can write the city where you're located in, or the address to be more specific. So maybe here we could say London, UK. And it changes it. So it's very, very simple. I quite like it. Do you like to have maps on the website?
Absolutely. I think if you have a physical business, then it's very important to have your address. And having this option with a map, it makes it super nice for your customers to find where exactly you are if they need to go for an appointment or something with you. So I think it's a great thing to have on the website. Definitely,
definitely. So it's a great feature you should really make use of. And then something I forgot to also mention is, where, for example, in the contact us section, you can see here we have the contact form where we're already customized, but then we also have our socials right here, right? So if you do have social media and you want to have your links here, you can edit those icons, which is really simple. And to add links to them, to your profiles, you just go on set links. And here you can see you have the different ones. So you could edit, for example, Facebook, and here you can put your own Facebook link. So people that will click there will end up on your Facebook page. So that's quite nice. And it's very simple to edit. Not only, you can also choose the style. So you could have the circle, square, Honestly, a lot of stuff. So I'll go for the circle, I think.
Yeah, the circle looks nice.
Yeah. And again, if you don't like the contrast with this blue, you can also go on edit section and change the color of the section. And then you can also change the color of the contact form. That's something you want to do. Cool. Yeah, so also I think it would be nice to mention a little bit about also MailChimp, right? Because we have the widget.
Absolutely. So for those not familiar with MailChimp, MailChimp is an email marketing platform. So basically a way for you to collect emails from your leads and customers and manage them. So you can send email marketing campaigns to get more sales or even just to educate your customer base. And MailChimp offers a connection here straight to the website builder, which makes super easy to put it on. And then you can have things connected to MailChimp, and all the contacts and leads you get from here will be on your MailChimp list, and then you can send your email marketing campaigns from there. So it's super simple. I think, Daniela, you don't need to go through this process here, but it's very straightforward if you already have a MailChimp account. If not, you can create one and then connect.
Exactly. So it's very simple, and it's a great marketing tool,
Yes.
right? Yeah. And of course, if you have an online shop, we also have our online shop add-on here, right? So yeah, and we have plenty of other things. Again, if there's something you're really curious about or you have questions about, make sure you let us know so we can go through it as well. But so right now we've looked at how to customize the template and how to make it a bit more personal. But I think there's a bit more you can do with your website, especially related to SEO. And I think, Thiago, it'd be nice if maybe you can take them through. It's on the dashboard, right?
Yes, but before we go through this part, let's just say, because we here just customized one page, I think it would maybe be important to show how they can create new pages. And also, we looked only for the desktop view. How do people look for mobile view? Because nowadays, many people access websites and things from their mobile. So just how can we navigate people so you make sure it looks both
good on both, right?
Both devices. Exactly.
For sure. Well, to add a page, as you mentioned, you can see up here there is page, and right now you can see we're on the home page. So you just click on the arrow, and here is where you can add more pages. So if I click here, I can choose from different templates. And again, we have many, so it's pretty easy to add templates and so on. So let's say I can choose maybe this, and then I can add, right? Save, of course, always save your changes. And here I can say info, maybe. I'll just call it this. And that's how easy it is. And we have a page.
Yeah, and then you can go through and customize the way you want it. But just so you know, you have now there on the menu, on the top, you have info. But let's say you don't want to be there, or you want it to be under any of the other sections, you can change it here, right?
Right.
So you can even hide the page and then it will not show there, or you can just drag here below the other one.
Like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can change the orders or put it in between. So you can do that through here.
Yes, exactly. There's a lot you can do. Yes.
And then how do we do for the mobile view, Daniela?
Yeah. So how do you browse more? Do you browse more on your phone or on your laptop?
For me, for websites, I would say mainly from my computer, but sometimes from the mobile.
I do a lot of online shopping on my mobile.
You do? Yeah.
Yeah.
But when I'm browsing through social media, I might click on links to go to websites as well. So that also happens.
Yeah.
But I still prefer going to websites through the computer.
Okay.
I'm old school, I guess.
Yeah. Well, let's look then how to look at the mobile view. Again, it's very easy. You just go up here on this panel, and here you see this little mobile phone next to saved or save. We click on it. Here also gives a little bit of an intro. And here we have our mobile view. And this is how we would look on mobile. Now, let's say you want to customize it a little bit more. So for example, we have the video here, and maybe we don't want it to show on the mobile view. You click on it, and then you see this little eye over here, and it's hide. So we can click on that. And then this way, the video wouldn't show on our mobile view.
But it still shows on the desktop view.
Exactly. So here you're customizing for the mobile view, right? And maybe let's say this, for example, you want it to go up. You click on this arrow right here, move up or move down. And again, this is for the mobile view, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So here you can customize it. And again, we really recommend it because many people browse through mobile nowadays.
But as you can see, all the themes and the things that from the website builder are responsive for mobile, so they will all look good, but you can still make those small changes to make sure it's the best possible. So moving a CTA up or down, or hiding some elements that might not look the best in the mobile view or take too much space. So I think that's very recommended to do, because you never know where people are browsing from. So you better make sure it's good both on desktop and mobile.
For sure, for sure. Then again, once you've made your changes, you go ahead and save. And let's say now you want to go back to the desktop view, right? As you can see here, there is this little screen right here next to saved. We click on that and we're back on our desktop view. So that's pretty intuitive, right?
And when you're happy with it, you can hit the publish button right there.
Yeah.
And you're ready to go with your website, basically.
Yeah. And again, as I showed that twice, I think you can always preview it. So preview there and see if you're happy with it, how it would look, and then you can, again, publish it. So it's very intuitive.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay, cool. Right. So then we can go to our dashboard, right?
Absolutely.
And when we go to our dashboard, we have a few settings we can customize. So I'll let Thiago now take the floor here.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think here from the dashboard, you can customize a lot of things that will be important for your website when it comes to marketing and SEO, for example, and also other settings, even related to the online shop and so on. So I think we can browse through here. So you have the menu on the left. If you go to analytics, you can, we always recommend you to connect analytics to your website, because then you have some more information on who's visiting your website. And it's always good to make informed decisions on changes you do on your website. So by using analytics, you have that information available for you, and it's very easy. I don't think we're going through because we don't have enough time for this webinar. If you want us to create a full tutorial on it, you can leave a comment down below and we'll create something. But you can probably find that in our help guides at One.com. But that being said, let's move on here. So if we go to the SEO tab, so this is a very important tab, and that's search engine optimization, as we said. That is very important for you to rank your website organically in search engines like Google. And this offers you a very simple and intuitive way to do it. So here you can see you choose the page that you want to do the SEO for. So in our case, we're in the home page, but you could select another pages, like Daniela created the page info. So it's also available here for you to create it. And then if you look here, you have the page title, so, and also the page meta description. So what are those things? If you look at on the right side here of the screen, it shows like a preview on how the search engines would display your website information. And that's very relevant because it will impact how many people clicks on it. So you need to make sure that you have very concise and very good keywords in those, both the title and the meta description. So when people look at it, they recognize and it's something that they were searching for. And if the information is there in the most concise way possible, then you most likely will get the click and Google will like that. So we definitely recommend you do that for every page you have on your website that you want to rank on the search engines.
For sure.
Yeah, and then you can go to the SEO scan. So here we have the SEO scan, and this is a tool that will help you even further with SEO. So it will basically help you to identify what you can improve on your website to rank even better on the search engines. So I believe you need to have which plan if you click Get Started. So here you probably are already on the business and e-commerce plan. So it's part of that plan. And here you can see it gives you all the things that you can do to improve your score. Right now, the website, it was just created, so it's on 23%, which is not ideal. But here you can see everything that you can do on your website to improve the ranking of it with the search engines. So you can see a full tutorial if you click on See More, and it will give you a guide on what to do to get better scores. And this will update your scores as soon as you do each of these items, and then you get to the optimal stage for ranking on search engines.
Yeah.
And then you can move on to Google Ads. So doing SEO is something that it's very good and we recommend. But if you just started a website, it might take quite some time for Google to pick up and recognize your website and start doing ranking you on the search engine. So we usually say it takes around 6 months or even more, depending on the keywords you're trying to rank for. So it's a slow process. So you better start working it from the beginning so you get the chances of ranking organically. But another way of bringing people to your website, which comes faster, is paid advertisement. So here we have a simple connection to Google Ads from the website builder. It's super intuitive. I don't think we have the time to go through the tool as well, but you can set up paid marketing campaigns from here. You don't need to go to Google, set up an account there. You can do everything from here. They made it a very streamlined process, and it's super easy and intuitive to go through. So you go here, set up the campaigns, and then you spend some money with paid advertisement, but you assure that from the beginning you will have a lot of traffic to your website. So we do recommend you combine both SEO and paid ads.
Yeah, it's a really good feature, I would say. So it's really, and you can get also a lot of insights with Google Ads.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then we have social share. And basically here you can choose the image that will be displayed on your social media. And we also recommend you do that because whenever people share stuff, a link from your website, then you know it will have your branding and the look and feel of your brand on things that they share on social media. So definitely worth checking it out and also updating this part.
For sure.
And then we move on to business listing. So this is very important, especially if you have a physical shop or a physical business, right? Because when people Google or put on Google Maps asking, like, let's say accounting firms near me, then that's where you would show up on the Google search results, and then people near you could find you exactly where you are located, get in touch, and so on. So it's great for visibility. We definitely recommend you to connect the Google My Business account here so you appear on the search results, not only on Google, but also Google Maps.
For sure, yeah.
All right, and then if we go to website settings, just a quick through there, we have the general function. So basically here you have the website title and the logo, as Daniela showed, but something that people usually don't put it up is the favicon or favicon. I never know how to pronounce that, so I'm sorry if I'm butchering the pronunciation. But basically what it is when you go through a browser like Google Chrome, for example, when you see the small tabs there on the top, it usually has a logo and then the name of the website. And if you don't put it anything, it will be like kind of empty and missing something. So it's another place where you could put your brand and make the branding show up in the tabs there. So it's a small touch, but it adds a bit of professionalism to your website. So we do recommend you put something there. So let's say Daniela has the icon there and the name of the business. So maybe for the favicon, you don't need to put the text, but maybe you just put the icons because the text would be too small to read it anyway. But it's nice to have a small touch, an icon or something that will mention and make your branding appear there as well.
For sure.
Then there are the other information we mentioned in the beginning that Daniela said we were not going to put it in the intro. So you can always come back here to general in the website settings and you can add this information, and this would show on the footer of your website. So you can add your email, the phone address, and all of that information.
Yeah.
And then if you add those things, just hit the save and publish button down below, and that will help you. Also have opening hours. So if you're a physical business, I think that's also important to have it in there, and also update it on Google My Business.
For sure, for sure.
All right, and then we go to something very important, especially here in Europe, which is content banner. So we have a content banner built in the website builder, which makes it super easy for you to be compliant with what it's called GDPR rules, which is for privacy, data, and all of that. So you do want to be compliant with that, because there are fines if you're not. So just make sure you enable the cookie consent and have it displayed on your website. So what it does is basically when you jump into a website, it's those pop-ups that shows in the bottom of the website asking for the marketing consent to get you your data and your things, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So you better have that on your website. It will be compliant with GDPR and make your life easier.
For sure, yeah.
And then we have connections. And that is very important if you want to keep tracking new leads and potential new customers. So this in the website builder makes it super easy for you to track information, and you can connect the Facebook pixel and also the Google Analytics or Tag Manager key ID in there. So you can put the key in there. So if you have a Facebook account, you can create a pixel. Same goes for Google Analytics. You get the key ID, and then you just paste it there, and then your website will be connected through the Facebook pixel and Analytics, and also the Google Analytics. So then you can see all the traffic that is coming from your website, the analytics that comes with it, everything that you can collect through the GDPR.
Yeah.
It will show up for your analytics, so you can understand better who is your audience and what are they doing on your website. So you can always optimize using data to do so. That's the best way possible.
Sure. Yeah, it's a good one.
And then we go to security. So that's usually already enabled for your website from scratch, which is SSL certificates. And that's something just to encrypt your website and make it secure. If you don't have that, it will show on the browser on top there. You can see that it will show like an icon saying that the website is not safe. So it's definitely good to have SSL certificates, especially if you're selling things on your website. If you have a web shop, then you kind of have to have an SSL so your website is secure and you can get credit card information and stuff like that and don't have any leaks or anything. So make sure that that is enabled on your website, and then on the browser it will say that your website is secure.
For sure, yeah.
And then here you also have the URL. So you can definitely change how your URL looks, and you can do that from here. But just leave it clicked as beautify my URLs, because it will leave the best possible URLs for your website, so you don't have a bunch of random letters and words in there that might not look the best.
Exactly. It's a nice feature.
And then we go to privacy policy. So here we do recommend you use that. It's always nice to have. We're not going to give you legal advice, so don't take this as legal advice. So definitely reach out to a lawyer to draft a privacy policy for you. But you can easily click here to add a privacy policy, and it might generate you some templates, but we recommend you to check this with a lawyer to have something in place that will cover your basis.
Yeah. And
then we have the online shop. If you click there, if you're interested, I don't think we have time today to go through it, but we have the full online shop dashboard that will give you some more insights. I don't think you need to open that right now. But basically, it's time for another session. We could go through the online shop and explain everything about it. But basically, every plan we have on One.com for the website builder, it covers a basic online shop. So you can add up to 3 products. And if you have the business and e-commerce function, you can have unlimited products and many more features attached to it. So if you're curious about the online shop and you want to learn more about it, just leave it in the comments and we can create more content for you around that.
For sure.
All right, so I think we're coming to the end here.
Yeah.
If you guys have any questions, please leave it in the comments. Otherwise, I think that's pretty much it for today. I hope you have enjoyed this. So please, if you did, leave a like in this live, and we'll make sure we'll put that in and see if we can produce more content like this for you. So we want to have this open relationship here, so you can come up and ask questions real time and get our support to get a better website and so on.
Yeah,
right?
for sure. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and we look forward to see you in. Do we have?
Yeah, we have a comment here from A Kind Voice Relaxations. So if you do a web shop video, it would be nice also to know about integration with accounting systems. Yeah, that is very interesting because it saves you a lot of time. So we can definitely plan to do something around that and show you how you can use that better to your benefit and automate things. It will definitely make your life much easier. So thank you very much for the comment. We will definitely work on it to bring something around that.
100%.
So thank you for the comment.
Yes. All right. So we look forward to see you in the next one, Thursday Hangouts. Again, if you have topics, suggest, comment under this video. This webinar will stay live on our channel, so you can go back and watch it and also comment, so we are able to see the comments.
Absolutely. And like I said, we'll have another session like this in 2 weeks from now. So hit that notification button in YouTube so you get notified whenever we're live. And then you can also ask questions, and we'll definitely help you to get the best website possible. All right?
Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys.
That's it. Thank you very much.
And see you in the next one.
See you guys in the next one.